Hey Falcon fans, I'm Thomas Mod. Welcome to Atlanta Falcons Today. It is Tuesday, it is May 24th. Let's jump into the latest Atlanta Falcons news and rumors here as we dive in on the channel, starting with power rankings. Now, I've said before, I'm not a big power rankings guy, especially in the offseason, right? It's May 24th. Don't you start NFL games like in September? Yes, that is true. And so teams are going to change. Positions are going to obviously morph in terms of who starts, who doesn't start, which team has injuries, which team doesn't. But I was looking at Peter King's recent power rankings, a very well-respected journalist in the National Football League, a guy I've met at Falcon training camp, really nice guy, and I think, again, he's well-respected around the league, and he has, I would say, a pretty accurate power ranking that is out right now. At least his top 10 is pretty good. We won't show it to you because the Falcons aren't in the top 10, but if you want to look at the top 10, just Google Peter King power rankings. He has Atlanta in the bottom 3. And I want to show you who's ahead, who's behind, and why he has Atlanta at bottom 3 at 30, right? Bottom 3 at number 30. Why does he have them there? And is he accurate? Is he correct in his assessment here? We're going to dive into that today. Now, obviously, Atlanta has made a lot of major roster changes, and right now the roster is by no means, the Buffalo Bills or the Kansas City Chiefs, hence why they're so down and so far at the bottom of the power rankings. But does this mean Falcon fans should temper their expectations, or is Peter King just being a Debbie Downer and kind of, poo-pooing the current state of the Atlanta Falcons? Let's find out. So here is the bottom 5 of Peter King's power rankings as of just a couple of days ago. He has the Bears at number 28 overall, which is, I think, accurate, a decent roster, but, what does Justin Fields do? Who does he throw the football to? Two big questions. Jaguars at 29. I think Jacksonville is a very high ceiling this year, but they had a high ceiling last year, and Lawrence didn't play well, and they had all the coaching mess that Doug Peterson kind of turned that thing around. We'll see. Atlanta comes in at number 30. Now think about that. Number 30, right? There are only 32 teams, so bottom 3 again. We'll explain why in a second. Panthers at 31. Interesting there. I think the roster for Carolina is better than Atlanta, just like straight up. But quarterback play is going to be an issue, and can Matt Rule keep his job is another issue, hence why I think they're at 31. The Texans, of course, and that very barren roster following the Deshaun Watson exit is at 32 overall. So why does Peter King have Atlanta at number 30? Well, let's see what Peter King had to say in his article regarding the Falcons. Quote, "The first non-Matt Ryan season since 2007 should be entertaining to watch. Marcus Mariota will start, then Desmond Ridder will play at some point, unless Mariota is uncharacteristically efficient, and there are some interesting pieces to see. Tight end Kyle Pitts, rookie wideout Drake London, and a pass rusher who had a late hot streak pre-draft in Penn State's Arnold Ebiketie. I like the Falcons ripping off the Matt Ryan bandaid this year and taking the $40 million dead cap pain, leaving them currently with $41 million in cap space next year when, theoretically, they'll be able to address quality roster depth. Some years you build, this is one of those years for Atlanta," end quote. So he kind of mentions, obviously there's a lot of pieces, and they could be fun and better if Marcus Mariota plays well, but this is a rebuilding year. And I don't disagree with that, but I do think that this is going to help lower expectations. Expectations are going to be very low. I think the average Falcon fan who is realistic and not crazy, a functioning free frontal cortex in terms of trying to actually understand these sort of things, will understand Atlanta's roster is bottom 5 in the league right now. Now, they made some massive improvements and big changes, but you're counting on rookies at wide receiver, you're counting on rookies at pass rusher to really fill in the gaps that you've had on the Falcons depth chart for a very, very long time. And so I think expectations need to be very low, but I think Peter King is right. If you have a Marcus Mariota best season, right? And you've seen some good seasons by quarterbacks under Arthur Smith in the past. I think Ryan Tannehill, his career being revitalized. Now, he was obviously starting for the benched Marcus Mariota, which is okay, we'll see what that happens. But there's a chance Mariota could have a revival of his career in a season in Atlanta. And the longer he keeps Desmond Ridder on the bench, the better the Falcons season will be, right? That means that they're winning football games. And so, while expectations are very low right now, and you could see a 4-win football team, a 6-win football team, maybe an 8 or 9 if everything goes to plan and Drake London turns out to be very well and Ebiketie plays a lot better at pass rusher than maybe expected as a rookie. There are some things to be excited about, but I think that as of now, until we see some real production on the football field, keeping them down towards the bottom 5 of the league is fair on the power rankings in general. Now, will Atlanta have more than 5 wins this year? What do you guys think? Type Y down below for yes, or type N down below for no. Curious where you guys are at on the win-loss total. More than 5, yes or no? Let me know right now. All right, I want to move over to another free agent the Falcons could go ahead and sign. But before we jump into that, I want to make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, because when Atlanta makes moves, we cover them here. That's our promise to you, right? There are a lot of places that, they'll mention the Falcons if something crazy happens, but we do Atlanta stuff every single day or every single week here on the channel. So go down below and subscribe. Turn the notification bell as well, because you want to be notified when stuff happens, right? That's the whole point of following this channel. So notification bell and red subscribe button, go down below and hit it right now. Now, when I mentioned other free agents, we did a whole list a couple of days ago last week regarding top 5 free agents that are available that the Falcons could sign right now. And Atlanta has almost $14 million in cap space. Why not, right? Well, I missed somebody, or maybe I didn't miss somebody, but I left out Ndamukong Suh. Now, Ndamukong Suh, the former Buck, the former Lion, he's been around a little bit. He is a free agent right now, and even though Atlanta did address the defensive line specifically, they didn't really address the defensive tackle spot. And so Marlon Davidson is obviously still there, and this is kind of a make-or-break-it year for the young guy out of Auburn. Obviously, they re-signed Grady Jarrett to an extension, but it was pass rushers on the edge that they added to. And while that's great, and that was the big important need, I don't see why you couldn't add a guy like Ndamukong Suh, who, yes, he's old, but still, look at the production. Like, would you take this in 17 games, 8 as a starter in 2021? Would you take this in 2022? 6 sacks, 13 quarterback hits, 27 tackles from a D tackle? Right? He's not a defensive end. He's a D tackle. I'd take it. I'd take it in a heartbeat. He would instantly, again, add to the defensive line depth chart and make this team even better than where it currently stands at, which is not great, but it's way better than what it was the past couple of years rushing the passer. The big question, though, is would Suh actually want to come to Atlanta, right? That's kind of the big question overall in terms of does he want to go play for a winner? He's been a Buck the past couple of years, won a ring with the Bucks 2 years ago, and so would you want to come to a rebuilding Falcon squad just to make a little bit more money, which maybe he does. Maybe that's the most important thing for him right now. But I think Suh might end up with more of the, championship caliber rosters. And so I wouldn't expect it, but I would not hate it. And I would be all for it if they wanted to go ahead and get the aging D tackle, who currently still remains as one of the better free agents on the free agent market. Now, the line depth chart, it is better. It's I'd say 2x better, 3x better than where it was in 2021. But where is it at on a scale from 1 to 10? Is it an 8? I don't think it's an 8. I think an 8's a pretty darn good pass rush or pretty darn good D-line depth chart. I think we're at a 5 or a 6, but it was a 3 or a 4, so it has kind of gone better. But give me your defensive line ratings for the Falcons right now down below in the comments section. All right, our final story of the day has to do with off-season training activities, or OTAs for short. You're going to see that name pop up on your Twitter feed a lot over the next couple of days as Atlanta has officially begun their OTAs right now up at Flowery Branch, and what is a kind of a gloomy day in the ATL, possibly some rain, but they're out there and they're working on improving this roster and getting better on both sides of the football, and so OTAs are beginning today. Now, some OTA facts for you guys here, just so you know what exactly is going on. It's like a mini training camp, but very much watered down. It's not really the hardcore, practice every day. You got to be at Flowery Branch no matter what. If you're coming from out of town, you got to be at your apartment in Atlanta. Not that hardcore. No live contact at all. Whereas, the first couple of weeks of training camp, no live contact, then eventually you put the pads on. There are no one-on-one drills either, which is a massive part of training camp, especially once the pads do come on. You will only have 10 practices allowed over the course of the next month, and so starting today, they will kind of mix this up. They'll have like 2 practices, and then, a week break, and then 3 practices, and then a week break, so 10 days over the course of the next month. And finally, they do allow 7-on-7s and 11-on-11s, 9-on-7s as well, and so you will see some battles out there, but just know that they're not wearing pads and not able to hit. Now, this does not mean you're not going to get to really learn about some of the young guys who are on this roster. You will. I mean, Desmond Ridder is going to get a chance to play 11-on-11s, not at rookie training camp or rookie mini camp where he played against rookies and undrafted free agents. He'll get to go in there and play against the 1s and play against the 2s, and we'll get some news and rumors coming out in terms of how he's doing. And so I'm very excited to see the reporting that comes out of Flowery Branch regarding that. And that means you can see Drake London. I mean, Drake London versus AJ Terrell. That's something we're going to get to hopefully see here at OTAs. Again, it'll be full speed, but not full strength, just due to the fact they can't truly hit each other. That battle will be saved for training camp, but you are going to get to see 2 of these young guys and 2 of the key pieces for the future of the Atlanta Falcons out there for really the first time against some legit competition. And so maybe you see that video of a great pass by Desmond Ridder on Twitter, or maybe you see that video on YouTube of Drake London beating AJ Terrell and making a big catch in the back of the end zone during 11-on-11s. Who knows what you'll see, but these are 2 things and 2 players I'm very excited to see once OTAs, once they really get rolling. They start today, but really get rolling the next couple of weeks. Drop a like down below as we get ready to end for the start of OTAs. Just pumped as we get closer to the start of the season. Each day is a day closer. Give this video a thumbs up right now down below. All right, alternate day on our Atlanta Falcons news and rumor video here. Give you guys the latest Falcons updates as we always do. So, guys like this style, like this channel, like me covering Atlanta, go down below and subscribe as we are approaching 7K subs here on the channel. We're growing at a credible rate, trying to give you guys the latest and greatest Falcons news and rumors. So go down below and be sure to subscribe. And also, that allows you to be a part of our mailbag videos. So subscribers are the only ones who can go down below and comment #Falcons and put a question down there that myself or Tom or somebody else at Chat Sports will pull for a mailbag video, as we always do on Fridays or Saturdays. So if you want to be a part of that, go down below and not only subscribe, hit the notification bell, give the video a thumbs up, do all the things, but also ask your mailbag questions right now because I'm going to answer those hopefully later on this week, or someone here at Chat Sports will. For Atlanta Falcons Today, Thomas Mott signing off. Enjoy the rest of your day.